Hello and welcome back everybody to the channel. Join me in today's review and test drive of a new for 2025 model year, completely new actually model in the Mini lineup, the fully electric Mini Aceman. Before we go any further in the review, special thanks to Tomić and company MINI of Croatia for making this video possible. I will put all their info in the description below. Welcome back everybody. Like I said earlier, in today's review we have the new fully electric Mini Aceman. This model is a little bit smaller than the Countryman and of course larger than the standard Cooper, so it's a fully electric small SUV. This particular model is finished in a rather gorgeous sunset blue indigo exterior color with a two-tone roof design. Just take a look here in the back, some type of blue details, and as we follow to the front it becomes white. Absolutely phenomenal exterior details, but more of that a little bit later. Especially interesting is the interior. Before we go to the exterior walk around, just a quick info worth mentioning here at MINI Croatia. They invited me to their electric days. They are offering some great discounts now and deals, and also 700 kilowatts worth of charging, which is estimated around 5,000 kilometers with some Mini models. Now let's start this exterior walk around with the front end design and details. Very familiar Mini face with a large Mini logo in the center, some type of goldish elements. You will see more of that as we go and check the vehicle. There is an S badge. If you go for the higher spec JCV, then of course it will be some different, some front parking sensors, and these are of course the upgraded headlights with LED daytime running lights and projector lens. More of that a little bit later when we go for a short test drive. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, this is a mid-spec model. It's around 218 horsepower. If you go for the more powerful JCV, then the power comes of around 250 horsepower. Move here to a driver's side profile. We can see the upgraded or optional 19-inch wheels, two-tone in design with some type of dark gray intersection, and very interesting design from this plastic protective part on the wheel arches. Of course, this is a small SUV. It indicates you can go a little bit of off-roading, and of course this will prevent your absolutely gorgeous this sunset indigo blue exterior color from some smaller rock chips or salt in the winter months. We can see now the Mini logo, similar like I said in the front. If you go for the JCV model, then here we'll say JCV. Some flush door handles, keyless go system, of course, as you can see now. Again, that white side mirrors and that first part for the roof is finished in white. Contrasting gloss black A pillars and the B pillars, also tinted rear windows or privacy glass, especially useful solution in these summer months. Interesting details worth mentioning in the back, roof antenna with some type of small rear spoiler, again in that contrasting gloss black, rear wiper, Mini logo in the center, Aceman S. Below that there is a rear camera. You will see that in action when we go to check the interior, and on a bumper, rear parking sensors, again similar like we saw in the front, some type of goldish details on the lowest part with the badge and of course the lettering. Now in the comment section, what you think about the exterior design of a new Mini Aceman. Do you like it, and what would be your ideal color specification? There is also one very interesting exterior color that I saw. It calls Rebel Red, and it looks absolutely amazing, especially with a nice trim and the contrasting black roof lining. Now, as you can probably see, the LED rear lights in action, and let's go and check the practicality. Starting with the boot, couple of LED lights, some useful parts for the closing, and one detail I can tell you right away, the boot opening, because this is a very small vehicle, it's pretty high. I'm about 184 centimeters. This is way above my height. There is no chance I would maybe hit my head on this plastic protective part, so that is one great detail worth mentioning. The overall capacity is around 300 liters. If you fold down these rear seats, then it goes up to 1000 liters, which is great. 60/40 you can fold down the rear seats and you have practically the flat floor. Speaking about some nice stuff, some useful hooks, you can put this floor a little bit raised up, 12-volt socket and some plastic protective material if you need to slide some maybe heavier and larger items with additional LED light. Overall, the boot opening, like with the most small SUVs, crossovers, is pretty wide, so that is one beneficial detail. Now let's go and close it, and we'll check the interior. The interior is absolutely phenomenal. We will start with the back seats. Just take a look on this design and materials, absolutely gorgeous to look at. Now let's start with the design. I know design is something subjective because I'm a big fan of the Mini design in general, exterior and interior. Some nice quirks and features such as this door handle, and if you remember from the exterior we have more of that, some type of gold details. This center part is now finished in some type of fabric material. More and more models in general get those fabric materials, but if I remember correctly, the new Mini Cooper and the Countryman and the Aceman was the first models in general that received some fabric materials, not only on the rear doors or actually the front doors, but also on the center dash. More of that in a second. This is the door handle part, everything finished in some type of goldish detail and some door pockets. Now we come to the interior. This model is finished in some type of leather. I don't know if this is some type of blue or dark green. Let me know in the comment section what you think this color is, but it looks absolutely phenomenal, especially with this blue exterior color, ISOFIX anchor points on each side. Now I put this driver's seat on my ideal sitting position. I'm about 184 centimeters, so let's go and check the inside. This is my knee room, my foot room, and also if I sit dead straight, I have no problem for my head. Some useful hooks on each side, and we have the optional panoramic glass roof, the door opening angle you can see now. Some extra storage or features worth mentioning. You can put some papers, maybe tablet or something like that. Little bit of extra storage on this center part tunnel with one cup holder and two USB-C charging ports. Now we come to the best part, and that is of course the front seat. Just take a look at this fabric design for the dash, and of course now the seats we have a little bit more of sun in the front. It looks absolutely phenomenal design. I mean, this is definitely the model that you will appreciate, that some type of personality, and you can of course spec it as you wish. Similar door design as we saw in the back. There are some additional ambient lighting. I don't know how much you can see because this is a pure daylight, but overall Mini put some very nice ambient lighting. They haven't put some, let's say, just a regular strip. They put it in the doors and of course in the center dash, and it looks absolutely amazing and also very, very premium. These are the front seats. Similar design of course in the back, ISOFIX anchor points with a nice mini detail on a backrest. Everything looks very luxurious and sporty. Now let's go and climb inside. And I know how low you sit on a Mini Cooper 3-door or 5-door. You sit slightly higher with the Aceman, which is of course something that 90% of potential buyers would definitely appreciate. If you want a little bit more of that space and that raised up sitting position, you will definitely go for the Countryman. Now let's talk a little bit more about this design, materials in general. I'm a big fan of this fabric in it, and of course some type of contrasting orange details, couple of air vents and one large on a pillar. And we need to talk a little bit more about this center part over here. This is a very, very classic and old school design. Some interesting details worth mentioning on the practicality. Here you can charge your phone, couple of USB-C charging ports, two cup holders with additional that, some type of gold details and a little bit of extra storage. This is also new with the completely new lineup with the Mini models, Cooper, Countryman and the Aceman. We have this some type of storage similar that fabric material as we saw on a door design and of course on a dash, and this is the center armrest. Before I go and sit on a driver's seat, just a quick view on a charging port. It is on a passenger side. This is for the AC and of course DC, it says over here very nicely. Now let's go and check the driver's seat, but before I go and sit on the driver's seat, I need to show you the Mini key. Just take a look at this large Mini design. It's absolutely phenomenal. Very nice to look at. And of course, similar like we saw with the passenger front seat, similar design. Everything is finished in that fabric with a cool detail, some type of gloss, some type of gold details, and larger door pockets than the one in the back. And now welcome to a driver's seat of a new MINI Aceman. First thing first, I would like to show you how you start this vehicle. You have this power button and you turn it on a right, and you have this very cool sounds, and the car is now running. As you can see, I can turn around the steering wheel, and we have the head-up display, very useful of course, because you have this center infotainment system on this center dash, so it's very much easier to read everything that you need to read in front of you. Let's talk a little bit now about the steering wheel and its design. More of that quirky and interesting details, such as these strips and the very sporty steering wheel, 3-spoke or actually 2-spoke with this fabric part on a lowest part. More of that, some type of gold details. It looks absolutely amazing. Especially a good thing is that you still have these physical buttons with the steering wheel, some cruise control features on a left, and the media and some other stuff on a far right. Overall, a nice steering wheel, seating position, very sporty, and you have that premium touch. We'll talk now a little bit more about this center infotainment system. I will continue as a guest. This is now the navigation. I will show you where we are. We are here at the MINI dealership. As you can probably tell, the graphics are very good, and the overall system is very fast. Let's go check the climate control, fans, and so on. Okay. Navigation again. Here you can check your profile. Okay, continue as a guest. Okay, and we'll check the radio stations. Again, very fast to operate. Let me know in the comment section in general what you think about the interior design of this new MINI Aceman and the Minis in general. For me personally, I know that the design is something subjective, but I'm a big fan of this some type of old school and interesting quirky design, especially in a small urban premium fully electric model. Some details I forgot to mention: one vanity mirror on each side, of course, and lights here in the center. Before we go for a test drive, I will put the lights on and I will put the hazard lights on. So we see those now. You can maybe see also the ambient lighting, a little bit of ambient lighting. As you can see, some type of LED arrows, very cool to look at, an interesting design. Just a quick sneak peek for the interior. Blind spot monitoring system, very beneficial. LEDs on a side mirrors, and of course here in the front, like I said earlier, we have the upgraded LED headlights with some interesting design for the daytime running lights and the turn signals and projector lens. Before we go for a test drive, you can now see the rear camera in action. As I promised you earlier, we can see everything clear on this center infotainment. There are some parking assistance, also the front parking sensors and the rear one. And if I go and click the panorama, you can see this wide camera in action. This is the standard procedure. Overall, I think the graphics are excellent, and being a practically very small crossover SUV, I don't think there will be any issues worth mentioning through the parking. And also you have the sensors, and you sit a little bit higher, so it's very easy to see everything. As you can see, one additional detail, I have around estimated range of 311 kilometers. I think the battery is around 98 or 97%. Also the traffic sign recognition system. Now we will go for a short test drive. And welcome now everybody to a test drive of this new fully electric MINI Aceman. I said earlier, this is some type of a mid-spec model. There is a less powerful variant. This is a 218 horsepower front-wheel drive, and also there is a more powerful JCB of around 250 horsepower. The one thing I have to say also is that the top speed is limited, if I remember correctly, to around 170 kilometers, with the JCB model to 180. Let's be honest, more than enough. So first thing first, I did some test kilometers from a dealership here to some type of parking lot. I will give you my initial thoughts worth mentioning with the driving. I will show you some interesting design details and one of the coolest feature worth mentioning with the mini models and also with this new Aceman when we are driving. But first thing first, I need to talk a little bit more about the seating position and overall comfort level. The seating position, in my opinion and for my size, is absolutely ideal. Seats are very comfortable yet sporty, and not only that, design is just phenomenal, but more of that. The textile material overall, at first you would say it's a little bit more hard to touch, but overall if you put the elbow, it's very soft, and for this, I don't know, couple kilometers, it really works very nice, especially with a light steering wheel. I said earlier, this is a very sporty design for a steering wheel, but overall for the urban environment and the city driving, it's very easy to operate. And not only that, I will show you now the turning circle, just how easy it is to get the full lock. Now we are at full lock, very easy. Now if I go into reverse, I will just put it back. No problem at all. That's it. Another detail worth mentioning, considering the maneuvering, as you can probably tell, the windows are pretty small, or actually very low. You have that very sporty ambient in the model, but like I said earlier, before we went for a short test drive, the overall usability is on a high level, because you sit a little bit higher from the ground up. You have front and rear parking sensors and the rear camera, so overall I don't think this is something that would be an issue, especially because there are a ton of safety systems with the head-up display, traffic sign recognition system, blind spot monitoring system, and I think the overall usability is on a very high level. If you are planning to buy, let's say, this Mini Aceman or any other model for that matter, I always suggest go ahead and test it on your own. If you have, let's say, with this particular model with the 19-inch wheels, you find the ride is a little bit hard or firm, then of course you can always spec your Mini Aceman with the smaller 18-inch wheels. Now let's go for a short test drive, and now I will show you one of the best features with this model. Now as I put the throttle pedal, as I push the throttle pedal, you will hear a sound, some type of whoosh sound. And I think this is coming from the speakers, and if I press it a little bit harder, that sound increases. It really sounds cool, because all this model and Mini in general as a brand is very quirky and funky. You have that some type of mini go-kart feel, you know, and also with this fully electric Aceman, this is something, I don't know if you can turn this off or on, but for me at least, this is a very interesting and cool detail. Now we will go here on a faster piece of road, and of course we will go back to a dealership. You will see a little bit more of that driving, and over there in front of us there is a last generation of a Mini Cooper. And additional detail always worth mentioning with the fully electric models, especially these some type of smaller urban models, is that you have that instant momentum and torque. There is no gearbox that need to change the gears, and there is no turbo lag or something like that. So if you are planning to buy this Mini Aceman, and you probably will going to buy it if you live in an urban environment, this is something definitely worth mentioning. Especially, I've said earlier, you get that estimated electric only range. This is a test or demo vehicle, and we have around 306 kilometers of range. I think this is more than adequate with a little bit less than 50 kilowatt-hour battery pack. You will probably charge it in most of the time at your home wall box or some other chargers, so I think the overall range is not a concern in a small vehicle like this one. As I'm heading back here to a dealership, one interesting detail I forgot to mention, especially now you can maybe hear and see it, is with the turn signal stock, very light to operate, and you have that some type of rubbery feel to it, very premium touch with this new Mini Aceman. Overall, let me know in the comment section what you think about this new Mini Aceman fully electric model. What is your favorite Mini model? And of course, maybe with this Aceman, what would be your ideal color specification? And before we go and wrap this video, I have to say again, big thanks to Tomić and company MINI of Croatia for making this video possible. I will put all their info in the description below, and thank you so much for watching this video. Wish you all a very nice day.